Hello, welcome to Future Balls. I'm Nathan Waters.
I'm Tristan Grace.
We have a bingo ball machine. We spin it. We pull out 3 balls. Each ball has a future idea on it. It's a cool concept. Go with us.
And we have our first ball, and it's a long one. And how do I read it? It is Alpha Gen. I think that
Gen Alpha.
Gen Alpha, that could be, yeah.
Does it actually say Gen Alpha, or are you just dyslexic?
Well, it's on a circle, so I don't know which word comes first. Because it's on a ball.
Excuses.
A future ball. So yeah, Gen Alpha. Let's do that, Gen Alpha. And our next ball, we have Abundance. Okay. How abundant will Gen Alpha be? And the last one is Biotech.
Biotech Alpha Kids.
Yeah. Full of abundance. Not a care in the world. So by Alpha Gen, I think this is meaning the generation after the next, after the Zoomers?
Yeah, it's after Zoomers. I think they're, who knows, like under 10 or 12 or something at the moment.
So would that mean my son is a Alpha Gen?
Yeah, he's Alpha, yeah.
Okay.
What is he, 2, 1?
1. Just about to turn 2.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Interesting. Okay, so
they'll be like, you guys are such boomers.
yeah, or there'll be a total
like
other
everyone,
word.
Like, yeah, fucking Zoomers, goddamn boomers, damn Gen millennials, damn boomers.
Yeah, just intergenerational warfare wherever you go.
Those boomers, they're cool though.
There's what boomers?
The boomers.
The boomer boomers. Oh, yeah.
OG boomers.
OG boomers. Oh, I like it. Well, see, they may think that the actual boomers are cool because what is it? The greatest generation. Like, I feel like our generation millennials think, oh, yeah, they're pretty cool.
Who?
Pretty cool. Aren't they the people in the war? Like World War II? They're the greatest generation.
Oh, but
and they gave birth to boomers.
The one before that.
Yeah. So, and we like the people in the greatest generation. The greatest generation gave birth to the boomers. And then the millennials don't like the boomers. But then the millennials do like the greatest generation. So, I don't know. This is very off topic. Yeah.
So, anyway, they're young kids. So, basically, they're going to grow up with, like, high-speed internet and devices.
Yeah.
And... but they'll still have to get 9-to-5 jobs.
Yeah.
Hopefully not.
So you don't think there'll be abundance for Gen Alpha?
I don't know.
Maybe a form of, like, a lot of things now that I think we take for they will take for granted. So I mean, like, the internet is a very obvious one. I remember, growing up with that, and like, always maxing out bandwidth and information, all of that.
With your brother,
yeah,
didn't have enough bandwidth to play Warcraft.
Whereas that's just going to keep going, and you're not going to even worry about it. It'll finally become a proper utility, like electricity or water.
Until the Wi-Fi goes down.
Yeah, and they're like, rah, everything's down.
How do I even?
Yeah. Well, so what about with biotech then? How is Gen Alpha going to actually deal with biotech? That actually could be a real frontier for them. Like, maybe a lot of the software stuff will be reaching its zenith, and they can go into more biotechy things. So I'm curious to know what's actually going to be the end game of that. I feel like with say computer graphics and stuff, it's already reaching that photorealistic peak that you can really make anything that you want. We're close to it. We're not there yet, but we're getting close to it. I feel like by the time Gen Alpha is at least in power, or they're the majority, that could be a thing. And like, then we've got VR and all of that, but still assuming it's just a computational issue. So maybe there'll be another.
Like, biotech might actually be hitting its maturity by the time they start getting into adulthood.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's things like just genetically modifying anything you want. Basically, you get to just program biology as if you would program a computer.
What would you use it for? Hey, like if you're using it at home, society-wise, you can think of lots of things, say like food and
well, that's where it's mainly being used now. Is like a big push is replacing like all of our carbon emitting things. So like going plant based, like things like Beyond Burger and Impossible Burger and stuff like that. That's all kind of biotech, like lab grown meat.
Yeah, for sure.
Another one is things like they do a lot of stuff with like Indie Bio. If you ever like have a boring like lazy weekend, go to Indie Bio's YouTube channel and just start watching some of the pictures. Like some of them will blow your mind.
Cool.
A lot of them are doing stuff like leather made from mushrooms, like tons of stuff made from mushrooms.
Yeah, right. Okay.
But like, and a lot of this sounds crazy, but it's if they do manage to work out how to do it at scale, like manufacturing at scale, then a lot of these like qualities of these products that they're making are better than what is actually existing. So mushroom leather, but like with the same kind of textile qualities and everything you'd expect, but with extra bonuses.
That's cool.
I watched that one a while ago, so I don't remember exactly
Yeah, right.
what it was.
I have to look at that. Yeah, but I feel like I don't know too much about all the bio stuff. It'd be good to get further into that.
Well, things like synthetic milk.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, so one thing I have been looking into is like longevity stuff, and Gen Alpha actually along those lines might be one of the first generations to really, really benefit from all the research. Because a lot of it seems that you want to do stuff right at the beginning.
Yeah.
And so, I'm sure we could still use it a bit, hopefully, please. But they might be actually able to really...
At least we will probably live longer than Ray Kurzweil. That's all that matters.
Poor Ray. Well, he's doing well. He's getting there.
Was he like 200 pills a day or something?
Yeah,
God, the end is near.
Just hold on.
He must be like
hold on.
pumping in like newborn blood at this point.
Poor guy.
Sorry, Ray. Love you, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, where were you going?
Well, yeah, just with the longevity stuff, that there's, I forget what the term is again. It's like the escape velocity of aging.
Yeah, Methuselarity.
There we go.
Robert Gray, yeah.
Yeah. So it's could be the first generation. I hope it's our generation. I really do hope it's our generation. But like even if you push it out, I feel it's going to happen eventually. And so Gen Alpha definitely have a very good shot of that.
Yeah.
Unless you actually need for proper longevity to do it before you're even conceived, then that could be an issue because they're getting conceived right around the world right now. At this very moment, I'm sure a whole bunch of them are getting conceived.
Even listening to this podcast right now. Fuck, man, if people are listening to this podcast while having
Sultry
sex,
voice.
like, yeah, shh, ASMR voice. Nathan Waters. Tristan Grace, yeah, you got this.
See, this is where we need a button like that 80s porn music to just come on. Oh, yeah.
Crackling fire in the background.
Don't let us know if you are actually having sex with us. That's just too much pressure.
Patreon special.
Jesus. Oh, man.
In terms of escape longevity, like a great thing for that would be growing organs, which is kind of a biotech endeavor. Not 3D printing organs, but like actually growing organs.
Yeah.
Because that's a massive thing. Like if your knees cave out or your teeth fail or like
that's awesome.
your lungs or your liver or whatever start failing, then you just like, that was the whole idea of the escape velocity of like, imagine you can, there's that analogy of like you have cars that cars that survive for like 100 years and all they've done is just like they replace the parts.
Just replace little bits of the ship of
So if you can do the same thing with a human, then you start getting to a longer lifespan. And if you do something where you're actually growing those organs, not 3D printing them, like actually growing
when it's
them
actually with your cells
with
and
your own stem cells, then that's massive.
That's awesome. I wonder what the latest research is with that. Like say with the pancreas and all of that. I mean, that's the really terrible cancer, isn't it? And being able to replace.
Yeah.
No, it's a prostate for men.
Oh, what's pancreas? What is that?
Pancreatic cancer.
What organ's that?
In your gut. With your intestines and stuff. You can tell that I actually did human
black boxes.
Yeah,
Who
physiology.
knows what goes inside? We're all made of spice and sugar, aren't we?
Yeah, everything nice.
Yeah.
Well, so I guess that comes down to an abundance as well. Like, could we have an abundance of human organs? You don't even have to worry about it. It's just with biotech, you've just got any liver you want. Alcoholism
China
rises like crazy.
China wouldn't have to keep killing all those prisoners to harvest their organs.
Well, that's good news for the prisoners then, isn't it? No, wait. They've got the scalpel coming out.
Winnie Pooh has an insatiable appetite for organs.
That'll be the same thing as like synthetic diamonds. No, they need to be bloody. No, I need my liver out of an actual prisoner. Fuck, that's dark.
Organic liver, yeah.
Organic.
Free range organic.
Fuck me.
Non-GMO.
Yeah, I don't want any of that GMO shit in my body. Woo.
Fuck, we go dark.
Really do. Just imagining a farm and the prisoners roam free. We got our free range organs. Oh, boy.
Never tour day. This is Timmy. Yes, he's being grown for his livers right now.
Yeah.
Wonderful livers. Show them, Timmy.
Oh, look. We've got a little viewing door on there to have a look. Well, so you even just do it with yourself, right? You don't want to clone just the liver because it hasn't been raised right. So you clone yourself, like, with your stem cells, and you grow all of them, and you have a whole farm of yourself just running around. And then, oh, this one looks pretty gamey. I don't really want his stuff, but this one's barely moved. Yes, look at those lovely unused calf muscles. Let's lop them off and get it in.
For some reason, I'm imagining too, like, imagine that the process of growing your organs takes a while. So what you want to do is you want to have a backup cupboard. So you have a cupboard where it's like you've grown an organ of all the things you might possibly need.
And ready to go, yeah.
And then at some point, if you have kids, you have to explain to them what the cupboard of organs is.
Don't go in there, Timmy. The spleen knows all. That was on that. There was that movie, The Island, I think. That was all about that it had like an island of clones or something. You could replace your consciousness with them or something like that. It was an action movie from way back when. I remember that being kind of interesting. They didn't delve too deep into the idea, but if you want a kind of mindlessly actiony sci-fi thing, they had really cool UIs. I remember watching it and going, damn, that's some sleek UI going on. I like it. Big tables.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was it all hand gestures?
I don't remember.
Minority Report style.
I don't think it was Minority Report. I think they were actually still interacting with stuff, but it was very clean and...
Were they transparent?
Ah, yeah, they might have been.
It's always about transparency.
Yeah, transparency.
I don't understand
terrible for user experience, but we'll see what happens with AR, I guess.
Yeah. So are we going to have alpha kids just with clones and organ cupboards?
Yeah. Well, if they've got full-on abundance, applying abundance as well to this, then why wouldn't they? If someone wants a cupboard full of organs, if with proper abundance, you can have that. I mean, I guess that's the flip coin of abundance, right? It's purely up to the individual to have whatever they want. There's no factor, well, very limiting factors, I guess you'd say, about what you can and can't have. Like, you can't have a whole bunch of weapons-grade plutonium sitting in your backyard. Probably not the best, but with abundance, you could have essentially everything. And like, organs aren't really hurting anyone. Unless they're the farm-grown organs. Factory fresh. Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel that Gen Alpha is going to experience full abundance unless they get into that, the escape philosophy. I think there'll be another generation after where it'll be complete full abundance.
Yeah. Well, there's always that idea that we do live in abundance now.
Well, it's true. It's not distributed.
Not distributed, or we just continue our bullshit games because we're like...
Yeah.
We could live in an abundant society where we all just like frolic and be free all day, but instead we have to like move pixels on screens and
that's a good point.
Build widgets and
I guess when I think of abundance, I think of it, for everyone. Whereas at this point, you can argue there is abundance for those who are rich enough and they just live off their investments. They don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
They can just bring it all in. And so maybe it's all about expanding that so everyone has that as much as possible. And then we get into all of the political stuff of, would the society ever allow for that to happen in its current form? I don't think it would.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
Let's go more on biotech because we always start with just food, which is the obvious one, and then we go into like more environmental products. But I like the crazy idea is the idea of just like programming. Like the same way we build an app now or program a little algorithm, like if we could do that same thing and then you literally just like, you send it to a genetic printer and we have DNA printers now. That's basically how like a lot of these people do it. They code up the gene they want, they send it off to a gene printer, they print it and then they return the samples in the post.
Cool.
And then but then it's still a bullshit painful experience to like inject that gene and test that it actually works and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But if you could do something where you just like you literally program an organism like a rat or something, or even something smaller. Let's start with like bacteria.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if you could just like program a cat and it just does something. But if you just program like bacteria and you just say, cool, here's exactly what I want you to do, and I've programmed it, obviously in a higher level language. You're not going to be doing fucking CGATs. No one codes with binary unless they're like super, super autistic.
I like it. Yeah, that's very true.
But maybe all the alpha generation will be autistic. But anyway, if you could program it, print it out, and it's just like, boom, now it's like a living organism.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it does its thing and you just watch it.
That's cool. Yeah, having a proper higher level programming languages for that. I wonder if that's being worked on at the moment. There must be steps above. So yeah, more and more people could get into it. And like say, even with bacteria, like the ones that they were just created that could like eat plastic or, you know, deal with all of that. That's always being released. So there's always those big issues that it really, really deal with. It's a form of nanorobots, really. Maybe that could be a precursor to it.
Yeah. For some reason, I've just gone straight to like flesh-eating nanorobots. My stupid head. Because I'm like, if you can design bacteria to eat plastic, then you can design bacteria to eat flesh.
Well, yeah, I feel like that's already out there in the wild. Just sprinkle it on. Oh. Well, yeah, hopefully that people don't do that. They do nice things. Well, I guess with the biotech as well, like if you're applying it to yourself and you keep on, like, you know, you're fixing up different things, you're analyzing your own genetic makeup, fixing the bits that you don't want, but then there's also the reverse of that of like amplifying the things that you do want. So amplifying intelligence is, you know, one of the big ones. Like if you could actually get to biotech to actually...
Plus intelligence.
Yeah, exactly. Just increase it just a little bit. I mean...
Just make the neurons bigger.
Yeah, well, yeah. Get them closer together.
More
connections. Whatever you need. But I guess if that's always the dream, right? Like all of the nootropic stuff and like, you know, having pills to actually increase your cognitive ability. I mean, I think there would be tons and tons of people who do it. Even if it's like, you know, 0.5% increase in your cognitive ability, I think people would do it. And yeah, that could be a runaway thing. I mean, that is one of the ways that, you know, the post-singularity could happen or the singularity could happen.
Would that be a level of... Is that in the biotech category? I always get confused.
Yeah, I don't know.
Biotech and nanotech always just like... They're always overlapping for me.
Well, see, I'd say like nootropics and all those different drugs that you take are all biotech.
Yeah, so if you just like, so that's another cool idea. Like if you could just like, same thing, like start with a higher level language and you just program like a psychotropic or a nootropic or something, and you just go, okay, I want it to do this, 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 and this.
Yeah.
And then you send it off to a printer, it prints out the tablet, and then you just eat the tablet or...
Well, so then maybe the drugs are the best place to actually start with a lot of this biotech stuff. If that's actually open up that people can actually make any drug that they want, that would be really cool. You pick and choose all of the best bits.
The psychedelic thing is going off at the moment.
Yeah, right, okay.
Have you seen, like, Tim Ferriss is really big on it. He's pushing tons of money and, like, tons of, like, eyeballs onto this.
Cool.
Because they, like, obviously
literal
it's like...
eyeballs?
The poor organs.
Poor organs.
Tim, stop stealing people's eyeballs.
No.
Like,
jeez, man. Why you do these things?
That's what he wants. He wants to get us all high and take our eyeballs.
Yeah, that's his goal with the drugs. Okay, sorry. Sorry for interrupting.
He wants to make a Ferris wheel of eyeballs.
That is a profound image.
Then you can see everywhere all at once. Connect them up together to big screens. No, because like psychedelics like MDMA and psilocybin obviously have massive like anecdotal and also like scientific now, like massive cure for depression, for PTSD, for all sorts of stuff. So once we get to a point where these things are not only legal and you know your dosage and they're manufactured in like clean, nice factories and stuff like that, but then when you start like kind of mixing and matching and like doing different experiments with them, and then creating new synthetic drugs that, like, imagine synthetic drugs that are actually like safe.
Yeah, I know, that would be
like,
amazing.
Not just like some crazy chemist has like done some synthetic drugs, and it's just testing them on himself and then distributing them, but like actual like drugs that have known efficacy, like they give you intelligence boost or they give you like whatever you want, like basically any kind of emotional metric. It can just like regulate it in whatever way you choose, and then you can program it and then just it spits out a pill and you just take it and it's like cool and it's perfectly matched to you.
Hells yeah. Okay, so I think that, say, with Gen Alpha, this could be a real big thing for them. Because, I mean... but also...
the entire generation.
Like, that used to be experimented on, like, a whole bunch. I mean, like, think back to, say, like, World War II or even, like, a lot of the other wars. There was tons of drugs that they were giving into all the poor soldiers and all of that. Like, the amount of research that went into that.
Yeah, I think there's a video
insane.
Where they just put everyone on acid or something.
Yeah, there was that, but, like, a lot of the German soldiers were all on meth. Like, you just, because, you're frenzied up, you want to fight. I mean, it kind of makes sense for... I think they may even still do it now. I don't know. A different version. But, like...
Meth man.
Because it was all demonized and, the whole drug war to keep certain politicians in power and all of that shit, that all of this research into this stuff has been... It's just stopped for 30 years or so. And maybe now...
It's really depressing.
It's really depressing. So maybe now it could actually open up. Yeah, especially if the millennial, like in our generations, are actually starting to explore it. It could be Gen Alpha that really start to embrace it all. Because, yeah, the idea of synthetic drugs that can actually help you on a day-to-day thing would be freaking brilliant.
Without downsides or addictions
yeah, exactly.
and all that stuff, yeah.
We're doing the best possible thing, yeah. There's going to be a lot of harm caused in its research, I'm sure.
Like modafinil's, I take modafinil every now and then.
Yeah.
Now, and modafinil's fucking amazing. Like, gets you super energetic to do anything and push through procrastination. But if you take it 2 days in a row, it'll fuck up your sleep. So it's like, the problem with all the drugs today, like they all have downsides.
Yeah.
It's all a trade-off.
Well, there we go. When we have perfect abundance, Gen Alpha can have all of the drugs they need.
So we'll just drug the entire generation. It's the new Ritalin generation.
Yeah, exactly.
But instead it's like perfectly matched stem cell-y something, printed,
everything analyzed. You can check it on like, yes, this is a good pill. I'll have this one now.
and then they'll trade them amongst each other.
Yeah.
Hopefully they do something good with that and not just chase the happy high.
Chase the high. Time. Or just chase the productivity. If you're doing it for yourself, then that could be good. But Forster, if you want to work here, you have to take this pill.
Well, so we should give a message. Okay, if you're in the alpha generation, you're listening to us like 20 years from now, stay well.
Yeah. Be good, kids.
Do us proud. Us boomers looking down at you. Solve the longevity issue for us so we can live forever.
Yeah. Oh, dear. Oh, that's a scary thought. I don't want to talk to them in the future. Go do something else. Why are you listening to 20-year-old shit?
Get off my lawn.
Yeah, exactly.
This episode was crazy.
It was a bit weird.
What the fuck?
Lots of random spots.
So dark.
So dark. I like the
light.
Eyeball. The Ferris wheel of eyeballs is brutal.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, it was very clever.
Yeah. Man of puns.
Very punny. Cool. Oh, well, I'm Tristan Grace.
I'm Nathan Waters.
We'll see you guys next time with more Organ Chat.
Organ Chat.